Imagine sitting alone in a tiny apartment. Your bank account is almost empty. You are a single parent struggling to pay bills. You have an idea that everyone around you thinks will never work. You send your dream to publishers again and again, and they keep saying one word, no. Most people would give up. But one woman refused to let rejection decide her future. That woman was Joanne Rowling, better known to the world as J.K. Rowling. Before she became one of the most successful authors in history, she was a woman who knew failure, loneliness, and hardship. This is the incredible story of how a struggling mother created a magical world that changed millions of lives. J.K. Rowling was born on July 31st, 1965, in England. From a young age, Joanne loved stories. She was the kind of child who created imaginary worlds and wrote little stories for her family. While other children were playing, she was often writing. She dreamed of becoming a writer one day. But life did not always follow her dreams. As she grew older, she experienced difficult moments. She lost her mother after a long battle with illness. The loss deeply affected her and later influenced many emotional parts of her writing. After university, Rowling worked different jobs and eventually moved to Portugal, where she taught English. During this time, she met her first husband, and they had a daughter. However, the marriage ended, and Rowling returned to the United Kingdom as a single mother. This was one of the hardest periods of her life. In the mid-1990s, Rowling was living in Edinburgh with her young daughter. She was unemployed and struggling financially. She later described herself as being at one of the lowest points of her life. She worried about providing for her child. She had little money, but she had something powerful, a story. Years earlier, while sitting on a delayed train journey from Manchester to London, an idea suddenly came into her mind. A young boy with glasses, a mysterious school, a world filled with magic. That idea became Harry Potter. But creating the story was not easy. Rowling often wrote in cafes while her baby daughter slept beside her. She wrote whenever she found a quiet moment. She filled notebooks with ideas about Hogwarts, friendship, courage, and a boy who discovered he was capable of more than he imagined. But having a dream was only the beginning. The world still had to believe in it. After finishing her manuscript, Rowling sent it to publishers. She hoped someone would see the magic in her story. Instead, she received rejection letters. One publisher after another said no. 12 publishers rejected Harry Potter. Imagine spending years creating something from your heart, only to have people tell you it is not good enough. Many writers would have stopped. Many would have decided their dream was impossible. But Rowling continued. She believed in her story even when others did not. Then finally, a small publishing company decided to take a chance. The editor who discovered her manuscript was interested, but even then there were doubts. The publishing world was unsure if children would enjoy such a long book. Nobody knew that this small decision would change publishing history forever. In 1997, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was published. At first, it was simply a children's book. But something extraordinary happened. Readers connected with Harry. They connected with the themes of friendship, bravery, love, and finding your place in the world. The book became a worldwide phenomenon. Children and adults everywhere fell in love with Hogwarts. The series continued, and millions of copies were sold around the world. The story became movies, the characters became cultural icons, and the woman who once struggled to pay her bills became one of the most successful authors of all time. But the greatest part of Rowling's journey was not the money or fame. It was the message behind her story. J.K. Rowling's life teaches us powerful lessons. Lesson 1. Rejection is not the end. 12 publishers said no, but one yes changed everything. Sometimes success is simply refusing to stop before your opportunity arrives. Lesson 2. Your current situation does not define your future. Rowling went from struggling as a single mother to becoming a global inspiration. Where you are today is not where you must remain forever. Lesson 3. Believe in your vision. Before the world loved Harry Potter, Rowling had to believe in the story herself. Dreams require patience, courage, and persistence. Lesson 4. Hard times can create powerful stories. The challenges Rowling faced shaped her writing. Her pain helped her create stories that gave hope to millions. Today, J.K. Rowling's name is known around the world. But behind the fame was a woman sitting in a small apartment, wondering how she would survive. Behind the success was a woman who heard no many times. Behind the magic was someone who simply refused to give up. Her story reminds us a rejection letter is not a final chapter. A difficult season is not the end of your story. Sometimes the greatest success stories begin when everything seems impossible. So if you have a dream, keep writing, keep building, keep trying, because one day the world might discover the magic you have been carrying all along. Never give up on a dream because of the time it will take. The time will pass anyway. Subscribe to StoryVault for more real stories that inspire.